At the end of the day, this is a $6 million sole source deal, a sweetheart deal, with a Sask Party donor. And people are tired of the Sask Party looking to their friends and donors for solutions to the real crises we have in our healthcare system.
As the Minister of Health, I have not met with Prairie Sky Strategy to talk specifically about surgeries.
Or as the Minister of Rural?
I don't believe I did. Okay. Going from memory, Alec, I've met with dozens, if not hundreds of people in my time serving as Minister of Rural and Remote Health and Mental Health and Addictions and Seniors and now Health. I take my job pretty seriously. I've been to probably 40, 50 communities across this province, meeting with people directly, and try to take notes as best I can. Do I remember every group and individual that I meet with? I try to as best I can, but it's possible that sometimes I don't recall all of those. But my recollection is, again, in my time as Minister of Health since August 29th of the past year, I have not met with Prairie Sky Strategies to talk about surgeries.
The Minister of Health on this matter has now lied twice. He said in there that there was an RFP. We now know that there wasn't an RFP. This was a sole source contract, a sweetheart deal with a Sask Party donor. He also said that Kevin Doherty didn't lobby on this issue. We see multiple entries in the lobbyist registrar, beginning around the time that the Minister of Health says himself they started looking at other options, and around the time that this contract was signed with this private company out of Calgary. We haven't heard confirmation that the Premier or Minister Merriman, who was the minister at the time, didn't meet with Kevin Doherty on this specific contract, and we haven't gotten details around Mr. Hindley, who was Rural and Remote Health Minister at the time, what his conversations with Kevin Doherty amounted to. So the people of Saskatchewan, rightly so, have a lot of questions around what went down, and it's incumbent upon the Sask Party government to explain themselves, particularly given that we've now heard from inaccuracies twice now from the Minister of Health.
When the Ministry of Health was asked to look at other options for expanding surgical capacity, they were tasked with looking at what organizations might be able to provide this. At the time, in 2022, the Ministry was able to come up with one provider, and that was ClearPoint in Calgary, after canvassing Western Canada and I believe Ontario as well. Other provinces were doing this as well to address their surgical wait list. So when that was identified, ministry officials from the Ministry of Health did consult with the Chief Procurement Officer with Sask Builds to get her opinion on this, and it was decided, because of the nature of the request and what we were looking at doing on an interim basis, a short-term basis, to be able to do this, that it was determined that an RFP wouldn't be necessary in this particular case.
We have the worst in the nation hip and knee replacement wait times. And this decision to, award this sweetheart deal to their donor has not changed that very unfortunate and unacceptable stat that we are the worst in the nation. So people have answers, rightly so. This is money that should be going into the public system, building capacity here at home. It's very clear from that registrar document that conversations took place, whether it was with the Minister of Health at the time, whether it was the Premier, whether it was with the Minister of Rural and Remote Health. They need to explain themselves.